The second grade standards identify 4 critical content areas for students to explore during the second grade year. If we look at the second one of those critical content standards, we see that students develop this understanding of fluency with the properties of operations with addition and subtraction within 100, and then they solve problems within 1,000. The big idea here is to see that students need to develop, discuss, and use efficient and accurate and generalizable methods. So again, the focus here is not on an algorithm. The focus is truly on students developing and almost inventing their own strategies and document it using written methods, right? So if we look at this, the big idea is for students to really select and accurately apply methods that are appropriate for the context or the numbers, and to really facilitate use of mental computation skills. So in second grade, where do we see that? To begin with, we really see it right here in add and subtract within 20. You'll notice that there's a footnote number 2. When we look at that footnote, it has you actually look at standard 10A6 in first grade. So let's take a closer look at that first grade standard. That first grade standard actually names some of the strategies. And so if we look at add and subtract within 20, which is the cluster heading for first grade, and we look at standard 6 within that cluster, we see that students are adding and subtracting in first grade within 20, demonstrating fluency for addition and subtraction within 10. And they're using the strategies such as counting on, making a 10, decomposing a number leading to a 10, using the relationship between addition and subtraction. And so this is just some of the methods that they could use. So a big focus of the first semester of second grade is really building some sort of anchor chart or strategy wall. And looking at this screen, you'll see that this is a document that Jennifer Bay Williams created with another school district. But a strategy wall should have something where you can name the strategy. And I would always call this one like a making 10 strategy, but you might also want to put the student's name next to that, the student that first shows the strategy when you bring it up in a whole class discussion. This visual is extremely important in your strategy wall. Like what makes that 10 and how could this 10 look? And so when you're thinking about creating some place to anchor these ideas, right? An anchor chart, a strategy wall in your classroom, you're adding the ideas as they come up within your class. And so here's just one example, but it's critical to have that in topics 1, which is really a review of first grade and looking at how students work with these strategies as it connects to the second grade standards. And also as students go into topic 2, which is using repeated addition to understand foundations of multiplication and arrays, and also into topics 3 and 4, which is extending the strategies within 10 to beyond 10, right? So adding multi-digit numbers within 100. So again, the focus should be on strategies and on number. You've got a couple tools to help you. And so if we jump into Pearson Realize, and I look at topic 1, just scroll down to topic 1. The first resource that you will want to look at is actually this professional development video. The professional development video is created by mathematicians in the field. This one, as it pulls up, is actually created by the current president of the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics. And so definitely watch that as a grade level. Look at it. If I go into it, you'll also see where you have begin the topic. One resource that you might want to look at using is this review what you know. This is a great short assessment that you could use at the beginning of the year just for some basic ideas. What I really like about this assessment is you're looking at this idea of can they even find a symbol for equals? What is the whole is huge when we think about trajectories into third grade when they start working with fractions. Right? You've got a basic subtraction story and a basic addition story. And so just go ahead and look at that. For intensification purposes, you will actually want to go to the scroll down and lots of resources, another look videos, listen and look for videos. But at the end of topic resources, you have this piece that's called Reteaching. So students who you might be struggling, go ahead and pull these up, and within the teaching at appropriate